downstairs. So grab a comfortable seat. You can grab one from here as well.
Imagine not having the seat.
It's not
funny.
Oh, no, that's grand.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask a few quick questions, and then we welcome questions from the audience as well before we go up for our reception. Thank you for being such a warm audience. Does anyone want to share a little bit about just what the process has been like? So what it looked like on the very first day compared to what you ended up with at the end?
Generally, or just in regards to each of our individual?
Like for your individual process.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone want to speak to that question? Cat. Okay, Jess and the cat.
Well, for me, I kind of just made the song because I came into it wanting to add an animation aspect of it because I can, I think I made the music for it in probably 2.5 hours max. So then I just downloaded Blender, which is the software I used, and I kind of had to teach myself how to use it, and then I just animated it, put all the color onto it, added the lighting. So it's kind of what I did over the first 5 weeks, and then the last 2 I spent working doing the sound for the actual show and doing all the tech rehearsal stuff.
So the first day we were just playing games. We were trying to learn what we actually wanted to do, and then we went on to actually doing what we were planning to do, which was really fun. Played a lot of games. It was awesome. And then at the end, we practiced it and then did it over and over until it was in our brains, and so we could actually do it.
Anyone else from that group want to share a little more about what you guys worked on?
On the first day, we had papers and we drew out kind of what we wanted to do, and a lot of the characters' names changed. For example, we had a Takis girl before and stuff, and Chad was also Jake before, so a lot of stuff changed, and I actually like the changes.
As Madison said, when we were drawing a bunch of brainstorming ideas with the paper, I just was doodling random stuff, and I eventually just doodled 5 flightless birds, and I drew a bunch of comics about them, and I thought that it could have potential to be something, something I could use for this.
So I came into this immediately knowing I wanted to a little skit, and I was like, I want to do this one. No, I want to do that one. No, wait, I got a better one right here. And then I just had a bunch of different ideas, so I just tried to start writing them down. And at first, I think I wanted to do it just a video. I didn't want to do it live. But then I got a little convinced to do it live, and I was like, you know what, that would be funny. I think that would be really good. So that's how this kind of came to be.
Yeah, I forget if it was the 5th or 6th rehearsal when we came up with that, where you had this whole family story, and then we asked would the rest of you guys be willing to act out these characters? And every single person said yes, we'll do it. And immediately we did a read through, just sitting around the table, and Roxy kind of cast it. Okay, you're gonna be the aunt, you're gonna be the grandma, you're gonna be the kids, and they just rose to the occasion. Kaya or Aurora, do you want to share anything about how where you started versus where you ended up?
I mean, I already had an idea pretty much for what I was doing, because last year I did a similar piece where it was before the Camino, what do I think it's gonna be like? And it was completely pretty much different than what I thought it was gonna be like. So the piece this year, even on the first day, I was okay, I want to do a Camino-inspired piece. And then I kind of just started brainstorming and writing. I think I was going to do a little bit more animation, though. that was a big part of the first day, thinking about ideas.
I came into this knowing that I wanted to do some part of spoken word, either poetry or storytelling, and as time continued, I started thinking about how life is physically and mentally, and I brought that all into the poem, and as people have said before, it touches their heart or makes them understand what like other people can see, which I'm very proud of, and that's what I want to accomplish.
Any questions from the audience having to do with like the process or anything you were curious about? Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like the two-turd party.
Great title, right?
Yeah, great title. I noticed a lot of things kind of in there that are pointing to. Sorry, it's hard to phrase, but like for example, the solid gold hot Cheeto bag that was like even almost too heavy to carry, but then she like tossed it away. Like, and then the popular guy who like they don't care. He's kind of like, is a little illiterate. He's running into a fence, but it's fine. Like, does that come from like how you guys see things, or was it kind of funny in internet culture, or like okay?
I don't know. Like, we first started saying stuff like that, and then I guess we just went along with it. I don't want to say much because I wasn't the one who said any of those. But I think we just thought about it and then just like went on and just, yeah.
Do you want to say something? What about you?
Yeah, Gabe, you can speak to it too. I think they found characters that they were really excited about to like continue to keep exploring and kind of poking fun or lifting up certain things that you find funny. But every single time I've seen the scene, it's been a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So they've continued to like find new things and make it new each time.
Yeah, I can speak to that a little bit. Yeah, so first couple weeks we kind of honed in on the characters and kind of just bringing out what was fun for them and finding like the deal of each character. You know, like the hot Cheeto girl just loves hot Cheetos for some reason. Then there's the internet girl, so very much influenced by internet culture for sure. And then Chad was a character, but then it evolved to be that Chad isn't even there, you know. And then there's this nerd that really is so passionate about teaching, you know. So each character had their own thing, and you can kind of see that in the Thanksgiving skit too, that each character has their own thing. But essentially, it was kind of having a structure to the skit, but leaving enough room for them to kind of play and explore. And if somebody says something, the other person's going to make themselves right and like agree to that reality of the world. Like, yes, we're throwing this bag now because now I'm super strong or whatever. But it's just like they're making each other right and making the choices as fun as it can be for them, so that the humor comes from them just playing with each other. Yeah.
Maybe we can just, to close, go down the line and share just what was your favorite part of the process this year? Or what's one thing that stands out from this year of YPF?
I think one thing that stands out for this project I did was, I guess like the workload I gave myself unintentionally. You know, I spent.
Do you want to say the number of?
I don't remember. I think it's like 200 something pieces of paper. But it's just me. It's just hours of me. I didn't sleep for a lot of nights, but hours of me sitting at a table drawing the same thing a million times. So they would move on that. Yeah, I think that, because that was just, it's admittedly like a very like boring, meticulous, unlikable process. I kind of hated doing it, but I mean, I like it though. it was fun. I'll do it again. And I guess one other thing is originally I had to like make up a lot of things on the fly because originally I had like a fifth character that wasn't. I had like a whole like 2-minute segment I cut out because there was like a fifth character that showed up eventually in the middle of it. It was like a little flightless cormorant guy. He has the dumbest voice of all of them. I had to cut him out though because just so the interest as I could actually finish it. If I included him, it would be like 400 pages. I had to get rid of it for that, and also because I didn't want the video to get too long or anything. So I guess that was 2 unique things I did this year.
For something that stood out this year, it was kind of like being on stage in front of other people, because I don't really like being on stage in front of other people, and I liked doing this, so that was kind of what stood out for me.
Good job, Maddie.
I think that my favorite part about doing this was getting to work with my friends and getting to share my ideas and just like doing stuff that I like to do. No need. Something that stood out to me and that I really enjoyed was to work with people in my school. I know that there was supposed to be other people from other schools going here, but it turns out being just people from our school. So it was really fun just connecting with people outside of school and working with them.
I have to take that opportunity to say, like, big shout out to the teachers from Springfield Conservatory of the Arts. Thank you. It's this program. Seriously.
I think my favorite part was actually performing it with the people I was working with, because it was just very funny because I wouldn't know what they were gonna like improvise, what line they were gonna say, and it was just always like very hard not like to stay serious when they like said things so hilarious. I just had like, and then like I was just like, okay, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm not happy, I'm not laughing at any of this. This is not funny. Yeah, that was my favorite part because these guys were just like amazing, and I just like to see what came out of them.
I would say a part that stood out to me, and that was like my favorite part of the 7 weeks, was definitely doing the audio for the shows. This was the second year I've done the audio for all of the shows. The previous year I'd done it for 1, but I've kind of gained experience over the years working at different venues and stuff, and I think I was really able to like, I don't know, do my best work for these past shows and make them sound pretty decent.
I think my favorite part was actually talking and speaking out my mind about my piece. Seeing how people reacted to it and hearing the advice I was given was very helpful to me, and definitely stood out because I've never been really given the opportunity to do this. And of course, the theater piece I was in was very, very entertaining and very fun to do. And as you saw, I completely broke down, like laughing. I could not keep it together. But it was very entertaining, and I loved it very much.
I think for me, what stood out, I think there's 2 things. I think, firstly, I think the writing, I guess, because I feel like a lot of my writing is about, like, not real world stuff. It's not based in reality, a lot of my writing. So to write from my life, I don't know if that makes sense, but like to write about my experiences in real life, what just felt powerful and good. It was just fun. I don't know. That was nice. And then I think just me and my parents talking about our experiences on the Camino kind of inspired a lot of it.
Before we wrap this up and go upstairs, I just want to share, we don't usually get the opportunity to have a Q&A like this. We're able to do it because we had this small encore performance. And I'm just finding it really moving to listen to you all talk about your process. Part of why actually moving. Part of why Sarah and I make this is that we don't think that because a kid is a kid that they don't have a voice or they don't get to be an artist. Like, we're working artists, we work with, we hire working artists to be mentors, and we really see these youth artists as like equal partners in this whole process that we're creating together. And so what you just got to hear from them is this range, like this could have been a bunch of adults sitting up here talking about their processes, like really and truly. And I'm just like so happy to hear what each of you said just now, because it's really meaningful to know that the process as well as to see the product. So thank you so much for being a part of this, and thank you all for sharing your kids with us.
Let's take a picture.